How often do you go back to games you've beaten previously, whether for nostalgia or just pure enjoyment? So I actually like that one.
We chose it for the podcast, so I hope you like that question.
Well, but I don't remember choosing it. Well, that just magically appeared.
That's why you hired me. I think this is like almost like comfort food.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go back and play Contra because you know it inside out. It just feels good. It gives you that warm feeling of just running through that game and spread firing the hell out of those bastards. But the ones today I go back to, they're probably, I hate to say it, the ones that either will be quick for me to get through again, or ones that I'll play for like 10 minutes and be like, just recapture that feeling again. Whether it's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, roll through the first 3 guys, beat Piston Honda. There you go. That feels good. Just to do that again. Otherwise, it's tough for me to do that because I don't have a lot of time to play games for pleasure anymore. So I don't know if you want to throw out a few that you like to go back to besides Rampage.
No, there's I can pick 3 games real easily that I'd like to go back to quite a bit. Actually, there's a 4th one that that kind of has snuck its way in recent years. DuckTales is definitely one that I go back to all the time. Jet Set Radio is one that I've beaten more times than I can count. And then Killer 7 is one of my favorites of all time as well. I've beaten that quite a number of times. I buy basically every copy that comes into Luna, and then I usually give them away to friends. And then El Shaddai, pretty little known weird 3D beat 'em up for the PS3 and the 360. Loosely based on the Book of Enoch, which is a non-canonical book of the Bible.
Apocrypha.
In which Satan is played by a guy in a fancy suit and a cell phone, and he's your friend, and he's the save point because he's not evil yet. And it is just a graphically mind-blowing game. And much like Killer 7, I like going back to these games that have these really unclear stories because I pick up or notice new things every time. So those are a lot of games that I go back to pretty frequently. On the Nintendo, I also really like all the Disney games, basically. Strangely, are games that I will go back to a bunch. And
Strangely, you love Disney.
I'm not a huge Disney property fan. I just like the park, but the games are fantastic.
They're almost, if you have to like the properties if you go to the park a lot.
I guess I do to a degree, but I can't tell you the last time I watched a Disney show or a Disney movie.
Now I'm looking at Paperboy is a game that I like. That's like a comfort game to me, is Paperboy.
That's a good one. And Mappy Land is a real... Oh, Jesus Christ. City Connection?
Oh, yeah.
City Connection I can play forever.
We'll just run down the NES library.
And Mappy Land. Those are 2 games that I can just play forever, too. All right, so that's my big bowl of mashed potatoes.
And I'll throw in a little Danny, of course.
Little Danny.